Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we have something a little bit creepy but nonetheless quite exciting. So today I recreated the house from American Horror Story Season 1 Haunted House. Is it Haunted House? I think it is. Anyhow, there might be some spoilers here and there because I will be talking a little bit about the show and some stuff I did in the house. So, spoiler alert in case you have not seen it. In case you haven't, by the way, go watch it. I mean, it depends on how old you are because I would say it's a bit mature for if you are like really, really young. But I would say if you're of age, go and watch it. It's really creepy and it's really good. Season 1 was one of my favorites. The good thing about this show is that every season it is the same actors, but it's a different horror story. So first season is haunted, then you have a circus with clowns and stuff, you have the asylum, and on like that, and it is really good. But this house, I had to rewatch the season, so I was rewatching it and pausing it to make sure I got things properly done. I mean, of course, that it is not gonna be, the dimensions are not gonna be perfect, and you know, the office, I had to put it right here, but I'm sure it's not right here. I think there's a separate entrance somewhere, but they don't show you in the show exactly everything about the house. I do know that the house does actually exist. It is a little something, but I did not want to base it off of that house because it was really different and it had nothing to do with how the house looked in the show. So I based it on the show as it is there, and I have tried my absolute best. So the story goes that it's an older house, and yeah, I am building a gazebo in the garden in case you know a story, you know, where a little someone builds a gazebo in the garden for some reason. So that is there, don't you worry. And I just changed the subject, but I have too many things to talk about. And I also added lots of errors. I'm not sure how this is called. You know, the lines, clothing lines, you know, like in the show where you have that scene where she's outside with the clothing lines and loads of like the sheets and stuff. So I did add that. Anyhow, I'm gonna try and make a little bit more of sense now. So the house is supposed to be an old house, but this is a quite young, hip couple, I would say. So the way they decorate the house, it's not a antiquated decor. It is a quite modern, quite masculine kind of feel the whole house has. And except for the girl's bedroom, her name is Violet, I believe. And Violet's bedroom is a bit quirky. In the show, it is supposed to be like in a loft where you have loads of like little indents and like archways and stuff and like roof details, things that unfortunately we can't do in The Sims, so that is quite sad. But I did try my best to give it that quirky feel nonetheless to the house, and I think it looked pretty good. So downstairs, like I said, you have a office, which is not an office per se. In the show, the husband in the family is a therapist, and he has his practice at home. So he will have people coming over talking about their problems and stuff. Hence why we have that set up like that with the chairs looking at each other like a little table in the middle. Then their bedroom is very characteristic. They have this headboard, like a leather headboard on their bed, which is very pretty. But unfortunately, we have nothing alike in The Sims. So the way I did it, I put a bed that had a very low headboard, and I just put, you know, kind of a wall decoration. It is wood, but I mean, it still has the same color, so I believe it portrays the same things. Now, there are some rooms that I did not get to see exactly how they look like, and honestly, that I wanted to have some creative liberties as well. So there's stuff that I do just on my own, you know, because there's rooms to fill and I don't know what to have in them. So I just make sure that some of the most characteristic things in the house do remain. And yeah, so you have a few bedrooms. I've completely forgot how many bedrooms this house has, but it has quite a bit of bedrooms. The garden is very, very simple. There's no pool or anything, but I mean, by all means, if you do want this, then you can go ahead and download. And I do believe I left some rooms empty. So I left some empty bedrooms, I believe, where I did not know what to put. Now here we are trying to see how I'm going to do this. This is Violet's bedroom, and it was a bit hard trying to get the perfect shapes and stuff with the walls that she has. But I think in the end, I think in the end it kind of has that same feel about it. Now, one thing that is very characteristic in this house, it is, I believe, it's in the first few scenes of the TV show, is the basement. So it's supposed to be very dark, and it's supposed to be very old looking and very shabby. And I tried to portray that. I put loads of crap upstairs. The basement, it isn't very large, but I know I did my best, so that's all I could ask for. I think one of the most iconic scenarios in this whole house is the staircase, and it is the staircase. Once you're going up the stairs, you have, you know, those 3 windows where you look outside. Now the house in The Sims does not look very pretty. Let's just say it doesn't portray the same way as it does in real life. Even in real life, it's a bit of a stark house, you know, it doesn't have much character on the outside, but once you get in, it's quite cozy, and the way to decorate it, it looks kind of good. So I am kind of happy about it, and this I built for coming up to Halloween. You know, if you want to do some creepy let's plays or something like that, here is the creepy basement, by the way. And you know, there's loads of screenshots coming up. As you can tell, the video is not nearly finished. So I took screenshots of probably every angle of this house, and I hope I did it justice. As you can see, it is a mix between traditional and more modern furniture. It still has the same masculine feel, and I am quite happy about this. So if you want to download this or any other of my builds, you can look for me on the gallery using hashtag SimsDesigns or hashtag SimsDesignsYT. We have just reached 1,000 followers on there. I have quite a lot of downloads as of now, but if you do want, go ahead and follow me on there as well. Why not? There's loads of things that go on my gallery that don't particularly come to my YouTube. So if you want to have access to that, then follow me on there. I hope you enjoyed this. I will let you finish watching and look at all the screenshots. I hope you enjoy them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!